Hey, boy, I'm on the land till I die. Till I die. On the east side till I die. Till I die. Rocking that wine and gold till I die. Till I die. In the hood, I'm good till I die. CLE till I die. Everywhere I gon' puttin' on. Puttin' on, puttin' on. Everywhere I gon' puttin' on. Puttin' on, puttin' on. Everywhere I gon' puttin' on. Puttin' on, puttin' on. Everywhere I gon' puttin' on. Puttin' on. What you want? Step under the court like 2-3.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong. And do my best to represent Harlem.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. And this matchup with the Hornets, it's their first game of the NBA's regular season. This team matched up so well during the regular season last year, splitting their 4 games. This should be a terrific battle.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
And they know they're the better team and out to prove as much tonight. They split the season series a year ago, but they want to change that up now.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the 5. Here's Whiteside, and he jams it with authority.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other.
For Whiteside, Stoudemire comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Green in for Dwayne Wade. And a moment happening right now, folks, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Freak.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship.
And there you have it, folks, the very first NBA bucket from Freak.
You know, it maybe not the prettiest bucket he'll ever score, but it'll always be the first one.
And the first will make it the prettiest one. Well, no matter how he got it, just a fantastic moment in this young man's career and his basketball life. You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
No coverage that time. Winslow's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. 52 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Freak. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Looking now at some numbers for Batum. Last season's performance for him. He was around 9 points per last year, 6 rebounds and 5 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
2 shots. Loose shot.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25 and 27 against the rest of the conference, played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs. A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Hornets trail by 5. Here's Freak. Over in the corner, Batum. They set the pick. In the corner, it's Freak. Good on the 3-point shot. Freak's got 7 points.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Hornets with the rebound. 1 second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.
Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court?
Group getting ready for Miami. Anderson, he's checked in for Whiteside. Stoudemire comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Dragic in for Gerald Green. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Freak, he's in at point guard. Tyler Hansbrough out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Kaminsky in at the center, locking down the middle.
And one thing about Jeremy Lin, he sets the pace. A smart guy, good instincts. He simply knows when to slow it down and when to turn it up.
And it's Dragic off the drive, misses the layup.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him.
Whoa! Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Here's Freak. That's good. Freak's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Dragic, and that one's good. Dragic has got 4 this quarter.
Well, I tell you what, it's easy to get spoiled watching this fella. I mean, he just makes it look so simple.
There's the dish to Freak. Hansbrough setting the pick for Freak. He kicks it to Hansbrough. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. The Heat trail by 10. Dishes it to Winslow. Now here's Dang. He's guarded closely. And there's the 3-second violation. Hornets leading by 10. And here's Freak. He's got 9. Hansbrough. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Freak kicks to Lynn. Feeds to Kid Gilchrist. Freak passes to Kaminsky. He dishes it to Lynn. And here's Freak. There's a screen. Got it off in time. So we've reached the end.
All right, men, we've done a good job in the first half of taking the momentum and being assertive with our style of play. Our shot selection couldn't have been better. That's the first thing I'll say. I want to see the same patience and decision-making in the second half. One thing I can't complain about is the job we've done getting to the free throw line. Keep taking it up strong, right at them. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern because I think we're suited to play at any speed. But somewhere in the middle of the tempo spectrum would probably be ideal. All right, we're in good shape, but this is a strong team we're up against. We're going to have to weather some storms in the second half. Come on, fellas, we got this.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
And what a tremendous game for Dragic. He's got 16 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Is checked in for Whiteside. Stoudemire comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Green in for Goran Dragic. Winslow is out there with Stoudemire. Then it's Green. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Anderson in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job. And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
There's the pick. Here's Freak. The rebound by Anderson.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been. The 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Outside, Lynn. Hansbrough, a screen on Green. Lynn kicks to Kaminsky, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Chris Anderson. The free throw drops for Kaminsky. And so it's Charlotte with the win. the 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Kidd Gilchrist. Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
Coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Every dime is a flake. I'm signed to the
The Manhattan Financial District awash in the setting sun. All eyes are on the Eastern Conference in this game as the New York Knicks play this one at home. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You take a look here at Charlotte. Looking at their performance last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be, guys. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction here, Steve, with a win.
And they can put themselves into a great position in the season series by winning tonight. They've won the first one, 2 to go after this, so they'd be assured of at least a split.
You know, Greg, if they win the first 2 games of the series, they're not looking for a split. I mean, at that point, they're thinking about a sweep. They can take the next step toward that tonight.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Charlotte, Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lin. Then there's Tyler Hansbrough. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Batum in at the small forward.
And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance. But they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
Now, here's Walker. Screen by Jefferson. Outside, Lin. Shot off the screen. There's the bucket. Good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hand. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Follow against Land. And a follow kicks to Galloway. Just 5 to shoot. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Charlotte, fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, the bench production in that game was terrific. Points from multiple sources.
Yeah, everybody that stepped on the floor played and made a contribution, and that's always a positive thing.
Now here's a Flalo, following the miss by Kemba Walker. Pass to Porzingis, outside Anthony. And that's good for 2. Anthony's got his first bucket in this one.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Jefferson's shot is off.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Anthony kicks to Aflalo. Lopez passes to Carmelo. Pass to Aflalo. Some nice passing by New York here. Lopez, no luck. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Passes it to Hansbrough. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Here's Lynn. No luck, so New York will take it the other way. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
And really just a bad loss. No other way to put it. I mean, they maybe overlooked some of the bench players because those reserves got loose offensively.
I agree with you. I mean, the points off the bench, that disparity was decisive. You've got to have all hands on deck for this one.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Hansbrough, that's good.
And that put back about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here's Aflalo. He's coming off a 16-point game against New Orleans.
And I thought the contribution he made by just generating contact, getting to the line was outstanding, guys. I mean, he picked up a lot of points at the stripe.
And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And, Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
Here's Galloway. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Takes a 3. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Galloway's got 6.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now, here's Walker. A 14-point game for him in the win against Portland.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots.
Now let's go over to Doris Burke, who spoke with Derek Fisher. Doris?
He said he certainly followed the rise of Jeremy Lin into a prime-time point guard in this league, and he told me we need to try to limit his penetration. That's where he's most effective, slashing and with the drive and kick. Guys, Lin has certainly been working to improve his outside shot, but sometimes you have to pick your poison.
Hornets trail by 4. Now here's Freak. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Kaminsky, and the layup's good off the glass.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
To the middle, here's Seraphin. Powered down after the assist, let him into the lane.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
And the basket by Kaminsky.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation. Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year, just lacked any real presence in the paint, and lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Calderon. Zeller, a screen on a Flalo. Now the dish to Freak. Lets it fly. They get the rebound. Here's Kaminsky. No good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
It's stolen by Lamb. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
The Knicks making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to the Pelicans.
And guys, just look at the turnover stats in that game. You're not going to win giving it up as many times as they did.
Not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense on your end and force more turnovers for the other side. That's the only way you're going to get that thing squared away.
.15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Calderon dishes to Seraphin. Baseline J on the way, and it's Freak with the rebound.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively. 2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
On the court for Charlotte, Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Jeremy Lin is out there with Freak, and it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, just used his strength there to get the post position without much fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think he's got to do a much better job next time of just bodying up. Get some muscle into him.
Williams kicks to Calderon. He dishes it to O'Quinn. The Hornets pull it in. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. Picked by Zeller. Here's Freak. Good D by Williams. The Knicks with the lead. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Calderon, that's good.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
The Hornets shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Now here's Freak, guarded closely. The 17-footer. Jump shot is good. Freak's got his first points in this one. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Lopez, he's checked in for the Knicks. Anthony comes in for Derek Williams. 1:10 left here in the second. New York's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Calderon kicks to Seraphin. And it's Freak with the rebound. The Hornets trail. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
A follow outside. Calderon has the open look. They get it back. Shot by Serafin, no good.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Kaminsky, the pass to Lamb. Shot clock at 6. Here's Freak. And it comes off the front of the rim.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
7 seconds left in the first half of basketball. With 1 on the clock, he got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's a close.
Well, Carmelo, some great help off the...
All right, fellas, still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half. First of all, a big nod to how well we've taken care of the basketball. We're not taking any unnecessary chances, and that's meant very few turnovers. Our offense in the paint was a positive. Our entry passes were sharp, and you showed off some excellent post moves. Really nice footwork down there. All right, let's break out the pick and roll on these guys. That's going to be the go-to play for us in the second half. As reliable a move as there is. We know we're up against a tough team tonight. Let's show them we're just as tough.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Look at the game Galloway has been having. He has 8 points and some good assists, too. 4 of them.
Charlotte in the lead. Knicks last season had a lot of problems here in Manhattan, and it showed all. Here's Galloway. He's got 11.
And here's that intense defensive look.
Yep, and that's the only way to play full court man-to-man, Greg. You know that from your days at UNLV. 100% intensity a must.
And Anthony gets double-teamed. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And, you know, for the Knicks, there were a lot of reasons why they were bad at home. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage, against at home, field goal defense, and third worst field goal percentage at home in the league.
Williams, he's checked in for the Knicks. Charlotte also making some changes. Zeller comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Lamb in there for Kemba Walker. And it's Freak missing. Knicks trail by 3.
And, you know, commend the Knicks faithful. They still would sell this place out. And you have to give a shout out to the fans for sticking through what was a very difficult year. At least it has to get better.
No luck. And the Hornets now going the other way.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And there's a minute 45 left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Picked by Zeller. Here's Freak. Charlotte no good that time either.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, it really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
We've got 1:18 left in the third. They double in with Freak. Aflalo dishes to Galloway. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Charlotte has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Freak throws it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Galloway, no good.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
There's 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Hornets have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Amundsen. And it's Calderon in for Aaron Aflalo. The Hornets also with a sub. Kaminsky's checked in, and he gets the bucket.
You can't let them recover their missed free throws. Lucky break for the offense.
Knicks trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Galloway drilled from 11 feet out. Galloway has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Pick by Zeller. Zeller setting the pick for Freak. He got it up, and it's good. Hold on, the officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
Yeah, that's a tough call there with the naked eye. Fortunately, the league's replay center able to slow it down, zoom in, and check all the angles.
Exactly. Making certain the right call was made. They've done a great job of speeding the process and giving the officials the information they need to arrive at the right call.
Well, the ruling is in, and the call stands. No basket, so no change, Clark, and the scoreboard as we end the quarter.
Smart decision to review the shot. That was indeed very close to being legitimate.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Hornets ahead. They lead by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Here's Galloway. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Batuma's out there with Tyler Hansbrough. And there's Kemba Walker. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Lynn in at the 2 spot. Here's Anthony, and he banks in the layup. Anthony's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Knicks.
Vital basket.
Good look for New York. Lopez, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Serafin comes in for Jose Calderon. And it's Williams in for Langston Galloway. Charlotte also making some changes. Al Jefferson is checked in for Kaminsky, and Freak subbed in for Walker. Hornets leading by 9. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. That's good. And it's 9 points for Freak.
A very good half for them from the field. They've got their shooting percentage up over 50%.
Yeah, their offense heating up, and anytime you shoot it this well, you're going to give yourself a chance to get the W.
Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. He'd been turnover-free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
For the Knicks, Aaron Aflalo. He's checked in for Anthony. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Kevin Serafin. The Hornets also with a sub. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Freak kicks to Lynn. Jefferson on top. Outside, Lynn. Screen by Jefferson. And it's Freak missing.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Williams kicks to Aflalo. New York moving it around. 5 on the clock. Here's Galloway. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
And although not a block officially, it might as well have been his ability to react and alter the shot.
Greg, I don't think there was any doubt about it. His defense threw him off on that shot.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Charlotte.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
Follow against Land. Aflalo to pass to Williams. Back to Aflalo. This one for 3. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Galloway.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
They're fortunate that one was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
It's Jefferson high post. Down low. And stolen by Aflalo. 50 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Puts it up from 15. It's rebounded by Jefferson. And the Hornets with possession here. They've led by as many as 11 points. Hansbrough setting the pick for Freak. Down low. Up off the screen. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. Anthony's checked in for Williams. That free throw drops for Hansbrough.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
32 seconds left in the fourth.
Well, the comeback hopes are out the window now. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, it's a done deal. It's wrap time for this group.
And that one's good.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so the Hornets can now just hold on to the ball. Here's Galloway. Nice D from Freak.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
No good. And so it's Charlotte with the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, obviously this team got clicking all night. How does it feel to be playing like this?
It felt good, man. I think we still could have did a better job on the defensive end. We kind of let them go back and forth with us in the first half. But I guess when it was time to get some stops, we did.
Al, thank you. Kevin, always looking for more. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Jefferson.
Well, we know Al Jefferson, a.k.a. Baby Fundamentals, can be a nightmare to deal with on the low block. He proved that again tonight. And as a pick-and-roll partner, he's about the best there is. He's nearly impossible to handle when he's on his game.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I going to throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a two-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him, and it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
No. Me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. The Hornets hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
And this is the first of 2 games between the two, East versus West, so they don't see a whole lot of one another.
Yeah, and Greg, for me, that just raises the intrigue level. Some matchups we don't get to see that often, so I'll be watching this one closely.
And now the Golden State Warriors started. Here's Freak. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the final.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
And here are the Warriors now, following the three-pointer by Freak. Green, the screen. Livingston kicks to Spates. Thompson against Land. Takes it from 10. Thompson misses.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Lynn against Thompson. Batum passes to Freak. He dishes it to Kid Gilchrist. Shot clock at 3. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
You know, a good job by the defender of not getting fooled by the step-back, but he still got the shot to fall.
Warriors trail by 9. And Doris Burke spoke with Steve Kerr. Doris?
We talked about the impact players on these two teams, the ones who can take over a game single-handedly. And he told me that Michael Kidd Gilchrist may already be in that category. He said he's a guy we've got to account for. He's just so relentless. If you're not ready to match his intensity level, he'll make you look bad. And Kevin, he said if they can limit his impact on the game, that will certainly help.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch, and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold, the way that guy gets to the rim.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here is Livingston. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Spates with a screen on Lynn. Thompson dishes to Spates. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Batum sets a screen for Freak. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Going to the line, Freak.
Free throw good. Freak. And the Warriors making a change here. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here is Livingston. There's the pick. Kicks it to Spates. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to check.
All right, Charlotte, now entering the court for your viewing.
And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player. Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case in the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for developing all 4 years in college when that's the best route for an individual player. Nowadays, I think, unfairly so, there's a ton of pressure on young guys sometimes to leave prematurely. We'll see if Freak's decision pays off for him long term.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Hornets, MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb, and it's Hansbrough in at the center.
You know, not really a significant margin.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jefferson's checked in for Hansbrough. Batum comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Lamb, and Freak subbed in for Walker. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Green comes in for Azili. Thompson, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Last season, the Charlotte Hornets had a dreadful offense. Worst effective field goal percentage, Clark, in the league. Effective field goal percentage being your field goal percentage with the value of the shot back in. Again, more analytics for us to look at.
Yeah, and this is a way to break down that analytics in an abbreviated fashion. The field goal percentage is a pretty good indicator of how good your offense is.
And Freak throws it down.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
To the inside, Livingston. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Livingston's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors.
And for the Hornets, they're league worst in terms of field goal efficiency. And for the Hornets, their league worst effective field goal percentage means they didn't take a lot of threes, and they still missed a ton of shots. And guys, that's a recipe for disaster.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, I tell you, you take a look at the Hornets roster from last year, and a lot of players shot under 40% from the floor. Not end of the rotation guys either. I mean, players that saw heavy minutes just casting up brick after brick.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Warriors?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the intensity is carried over into their ability to get out in passing lanes and really be disruptive in terms of their opponent's offense.
Both good from the line that time. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years. And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Hornets trail by 8, and Zeller kicks the Freak. Jefferson passing to Freak. Screen by Jefferson. Here's Freak. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Green. Livingston kicks to Green. And again, no good by Golden State.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
That'll do it for the first half. Warriors lead by 8. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying principle of how you and the team have taken the floor tonight?
Communication. Communication doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but
Okay, everybody, pay attention. We definitely got some stuff to go over from the first half.
All right, Charlotte. Now we're in the court. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. He's got 17 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
In for Zeller. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And Freak subbed in for Walker. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Bazili comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Livingston. Iguodala out there with Festus Ezeli. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Curry in at the 1. Screen by Jefferson. Kidd-Gilchrist dishes to Jefferson. And that one's good. Jefferson's got 10 points. And one thing about Big Al Jefferson, big offensively in the post. He doesn't seem to be moving that fast, but Clark, he piles up the digits.
Yeah, he puts numbers up. I mean, he's got a deep bag of low post tricks. He positions himself well. He's got a wide body, good hands, and a nice touch, so it makes him hard to stop down there.
Hornets trail by 17.
Got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Freak with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. That shot wide open. Lynn's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Golden State's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Livingston passes to Curry. That's good from 17 feet away. Curry's got 23 points.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Freak kicks to Jefferson. With a floater, and Curry the bucket on the assist by Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists tonight. Charlotte has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Lynn dishes to Freak. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Freak's got 9.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
And he gets it to go. 27 points for Steph Curry.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Here's Freak. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that.
All right, Charlotte, now we're in the court for your viewing entertainment. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Some changes for Charlotte. Jefferson comes in for Jeremy Lin, and Freak subbed in for Walker. Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Jeremy Lamb out there with Freak, and it's Batum in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Green, the screen, and there's the defensive 3-second call.
Well, this is nothing new. There is some debate on how successful max contracts have been in the NBA. A lot of players have demanded max contract money, but haven't lived up to the pay. And in my opinion, There are only about 15 guys worthy of max contracts in the league in any given year.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Freak with it. Inside. The pass to Lamb. Now here's Freak, guarded by Curry. And it's Freak missing. Well, we were talking about max contracts. There are arguments to their benefits. Commissioner Adam Silver said last year that he feels they help with parity. What do you think?
You know, for the most part, I do believe he's correct. I mean, they do help with parity. For guys like LeBron and Durant, let's face it, the big max contract can be a hindrance. They're probably considered to be worth far more than they're paid. But it's going to be something that is debated back and forth throughout the next negotiations for the CBA.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Bogut. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Jefferson. Williams comes in for Cody Zeller. Hairston, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Jeremy Lamb.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
And he bangs down the one-hander. 2
very easy points right there for sure.
Yeah, he'll take those all day.
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. To the paint, stolen by Thompson. Pass to McAdoo. Outside Curry. They double-team Curry. Here's Thompson. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Freak's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a 3. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Yeah, and the other thing also is tonight they've been able to get to the free throw line consistently and also convert big points from the charity stripe.
With the stretch 4 and the need for shooting at the position, they don't need to be a three-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space-out-the-floor type game, and shot-making gives you a chance to do that. Take a look at the performance in this one for Freak. 8 rebounds, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Warriors. And both free throws good from Freak. You can point to any number of things, Clark, the Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long, partner. Hit the ground running and finished with a league-best 28 road wins.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
And for the Warriors, they would go on several road trips undefeated last season. Still, the only time they looked vulnerable were games on the road.
And, you know, with the Warriors on the road, they would occasionally dig a hole they couldn't get out of. Still, hard to critique a team that was so dominant in every facet of the game last season, even on the road.
And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
You look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Babb got a hand on it. Roberts passes to Hawes. And Roberts kicks to Freak. Ball stolen. Here is Livingston. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, here with Andre Iguodala. And what's the key for you guys?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. Is hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
The only color I care about is green, money. Now, you've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money. I'm talking movies, TVs, endorsements, even your own brand Jordan sneakers.
I care about the game first, Dom. All that sounds great, but don't you think it's a little too early to be talking about all that?
Too early? LeBron was 12 years old in 6th grade when he was thinking Space Jam. It's never too early to take and make leaps.
I guess.
You guess? This isn't high school. This isn't college. This is the real world. And the real world is fueled by one thing.
Oh, money.
That's right. Money. Dollar bills, y'all. Why do you think they put presidents on them? Because that's what presides over us. I ever tell you guys about the first dollar I ever made?
No, Dom, but you're about to.
Yo, check this out. CC, this is a great story, right? So I'm 7 years old, Queens, New York, 1973. My older brother, Lonzo, he's got a lemonade stand. So that summer, I'm like, Lonzo, you know, let me help out. Let me make a couple of bucks with you. He's like, all right, Dom, come on. I'll teach you the business. So I'm pouring tons of sugar. I'm squeezing the lemons. I got the lemonade stand all set up. I'm like, yo, I got this, right? So I'm watching during the course of the day. I'm noticing something Lonzo's doing. He's not charging for refills. That summer, I convinced Lonzo no more free refills, and we make $2,000 plus tips. Today, Lonzo's Lemonade is a national brand and publicly traded.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
I'm not here to impress. I'm here to improve and to assist. I'm like the Italian-American Magic Johnson, running point for Team Freak. No.
The only person running point around here will be me.
CC, look at my watch. What do you see?
Not this again. I've seen the movie.
This is diamonds and platinum. Gold, forget about it. Silver, forget about it. This is diamonds and platinum. It's power and speed. Freak, this is what you have. You are on your way to being the biggest thing in the NBA. I'm proposing now that we dominate off the court as well as on.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Freak, but Dom has a point. You've been establishing yourself on the court, and now it's time to take it off the court. Brand Jordan sneakers, I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Listen, Freak, you're going to have to decide the legacy you want to leave. But I'm not some agent from the Yellow Pages. I'm Dom Pagnotti. I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the king, #1. I'm the best. And I'm a shark. And the Pagnotti shark is working for you. And we got to set new goals and bigger goals, okay? I'm talking all-star game. I'm talking dunk contest. When was the last time you saw an NBA great in a dunk contest, huh? I'm talking first team All-NBA, first team All-Defensive team.
What about social media?
Yvette, great idea. Social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's kick it up a notch. www.freakingandvibing.com. That's right, your own website. I've already set it up for you, and it's running great.
Wait, hold up.
Listen, I'm in negotiations right now on a feature that will allow viewers to watch Freak and only him and his plays during the game.
Yeah, but you set up a website without consulting me?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Last week.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is gonna be epic.
CC, I love you, but I got no time to waste. And you're out there busy doing whatever it is you're doing.
Whatever I'm doing, you know what? I'm really sick and tired of the disrespect. This is Team Freak, not the Dom Pagnotti Italian-American opera.
Cece, calm down, all right? Dom here, he's just trying to take us to the next level.
Look, Ming Ching, I don't even know why you're here when your job is to look good and shut up.
Cece, chill.
No, I'm done chilling. Between your clown agent and your gold-digging girlfriend, I've had enough.
Gold digger? You're the winner of the Lucky Sperm contest, and I'll have you know I am currently starting my own fashion line. I've already got model contracts from Beijing to Milan, not to mention I graduated top of my class. Summa cum laude.
You mean thank you, Laude?
I don't need a man to save me or provide for me, okay? I got my own, boo.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then why has all your success and fame coincided with your relationship with my brother? I mean, if you're really on top of your game, wouldn't that have happened before y'all even met? Right?
You know what, Cece? You're just jealous. It's okay, though. Why don't you just play the background, yeah? Enjoy the ride.
Y'all both done yet?
May I continue? Now listen, as far as movie properties go, I've already got a script based upon a story of your life, Freak, okay? So guys, check out these possible titles. Freaking and Vibing, Life and Times, Volume 1. The Freak Chronicle, Freak the Fast and Furious, Part 1 does it, and this one's my favorite, Freak, you're gonna love this. He got Pagnotti.
Whoa,
You
okay,
love it,
all
right?
Dom. Yeah, but look, you're the man, but you're not the man. Okay, you work for me. You have to follow my lead. I'm all for your ideas, but in due time. As for now, I want to focus on the court, and we'll discuss some of your ideas at a later date. Understood?
Yo, we're cool in the gang, bro. That's all you had to say.
All right, good. Thank you. Vet, chill. You cannot let Cece get underneath your skin. But on the same token, you cannot go out of your way to piss her off. I don't have time to be playing peacekeeper between you two.
You know what? We need to talk about this afterwards alone.
Fine. Cece, you need to hold this together. You and I both agreed long ago that Dom was the best agent for me. He has delivered. Are his methods questionable? Is he a shark? Yes and yes. But he is our shark. He's what's best for me, which means he is what's best for all of us. Your job is to bring us balance. Manage the team, sis. We all need to be on the same page.
You're right. But blood is thicker than water.
You know, I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm not here to hold hands. I'm here to win games and achieve greatness on and off the court. But in order for that to happen, I need everybody to be on point. Essentially, get right or get gone. Yeah, I don't have time to be teaching you guys how to work together. It either starts now or I find it elsewhere. Squashed?
Squashed.
Zucchini'd.
Mr. Dom Pagnotti. Mr. Diamond and Platinum himself. It's a love-hate relationship.
What do you think about people who see your brother as just a meal ticket?
Well, that's why I'm there. I'm the gatekeeper. Yep. I can smell it from a mile away.
When you take time out for your own personal life, do you have a personal life?
I do.
Where at? I think Freak is your personal life.
You can think whatever you want, mister. But, I have a personal life, thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that should end the interview right now. Yeah? It's great meeting you.
We got Kevin Durant up next. And you know he'll come to play. I love his versatility, but that makes shutting him down next to impossible. Coach gave us a full breakdown of what to expect, and we watched plenty of film. But sometimes you just got to throw all that out the window and settle things on the court. And I'm ready. Bring it, KD.
Live from Charlotte, North Carolina, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Hornets at the Time Warner Cable Arena. Well, it was the Charlotte Hornets in their last game losing to the Raptors in Toronto. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson. Zeller comes in for Tyler Hansbrough. And Freak subbed in for Lamb. Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. So for Oklahoma City right now, the rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2. And it's Durant in at the small forward position.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well versed he is as a coach.
Durant with the steal. Here's Westbrook. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists tonight. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half, and they've gotten some blocks as well.
Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to talk with Billy Donovan for a moment. Their #1 priority is not to give up any looks on the inside, anything easy in the interior, guys. He told me, quote, "We want to have the key look like a fancy club out there. Crowded, not a lot of room, and very hard to get into." Sounds like your kind of place, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Westbrook kicks to Morrow. Back to Westbrook from 13. Westbrook missing again.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And here's the fast break. Durant.
That athletic. Yeah. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level. And Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, he can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
Durant hits them both.
And getting back to Durant, sometimes adversity brings out the best in you. Adversity challenges you to rise above. And Kevin was already at the highest rung on the ladder. I think his opponent should be very afraid of what they're about to witness this season.
Well, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment. And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
The Thunder leading by 3. Elbow shot. And, yep, couple bounces, and it falls. And it's 8 points for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, the fast break has really been good to him here, and they're clicking in transition.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 scores have come from fast break opportunities. They have made the most of their chances.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's the Thunder. They lead by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him. Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is, huh?
You heard it in certain...
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Here's Freak. Freak in at point guard. Tyler Hansbrough out there with Al Jefferson. Then it's Jeremy Lamb, and it's Batum in at the small forward. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. And Jefferson throws it down.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
Westbrook passes to Cannon. Screen by Ibaka. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. A second chance effort, and it's Ibaka getting it to go. Ibaka's got his second basket of the game.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors played some good basketball. He finished with 8 points, but also put up 4 boards. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
Just 2 to shoot. No good from Lamb. The Thunder leading by 5. Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And that's now 7 points for Serge Ibaka. Now here's Freak. 5 points in the game. Jefferson. And the layup falls.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running things through Jefferson. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Double team on Westbrook. Here's Cantor. Jefferson with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Raiders against Walker. Over in the corner, Batum. Outside Jefferson. Walker against Waiters. Walker with a clean look. Misses with the tough leaning jump shot. The Thunder lead. And so that's the end of the first half. Thunder lead by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Russell, you've played with such force throughout the first half. What's fueling the way you approach the game tonight?
Just trying to stay in attack mode, man. Moving the ball. You know, they force you to make the extra pass, and God's doing a good job of that tonight. Just try to come out and give my team some energy.
You certainly did that, Russell. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
Okay, everybody, pay attention. We definitely got some stuff to go over from the first half. We're not going to let this game get away from us. I like how many points we were able to generate from the paint in the half. Our offense should have a nice balance to it going forward because their D has no choice but to put some more bodies in the middle and create some space for us on the perimeter. One thing I liked, our passing, getting a lot of assists.
The second half just about to get going here. Freaks checked in for Walker. 90 seconds now into the second half. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2. Inside, you've got Ibaka and Cantor. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. Here's Westbrook. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Westbrook's got 12 points in the game.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Jefferson's shot is off.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game. And guys, Dion Waiters is a man who has never met a shot he didn't like. Despite shooting less than 40% from the field last season, he just kept on shooting. Now, every once in a while, he'd get hot and it would look good. But when he's off, which was most of the time, it didn't look very good. He's got to improve shot selection and shot discipline.
He hits the second from the line. Ray, getting back to Waiters, there's a reason the Cavaliers dealt the former 4th overall pick in the draft. Not only did he shoot poorly, but Clark, he averaged less than 2 assists a game.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset adjustment with Waiters. I've loved his talent and his ability to make plays and shots. Now he just has to recalibrate his thinking so he can be effective in the role he's asked to play.
The Thunder leading by 8. Westbrook drives in. Here's Ibaka. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, a quick 2-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home building.
Well, looky here. We've got an inter-conference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
First personal foul, team's first.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Lamb. The Hornets have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And for all the flash and dash in Oklahoma City over the past few years, Serge Ibaka silently goes about his business. While all eyes are on the megastars, Durant and Westbrook, Ibaka lurks around like a jaguar. I mean, finding opportunities to exploit any weakness in the opposition.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Cantor. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Westbrook, no good. Talking about Ibaka, he does so many things that help his team. The little things that always make a difference, even with his superb free throw shooting. Up to a remarkable, Clark, 84% last year.
Yeah, but, you know, Ibaka had an injury of his own. As much as people talked about Durant's injury, the knee soreness Ibaka had cost him 18 games last year, so that was tough for him.
And that one falls for Lin. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
And talking about Lin last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And, you know, getting back to Lin, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
McGarry's checked in for Oklahoma City. And so he makes both from the line. Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do, and Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career.
Oklahoma City foul. Kevin Durant. The second person.
For Durant, KD did try to return last season, but that foot just wouldn't cooperate, and that's when they had to shut him down.
One last thing with Durant's foot. Foot injuries can be a scary thing in the NBA. Along with knees, those are the injuries you don't want to risk anything with.
Adams' shot is good.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead, doing the dirty work down low.
We call that a collabo because everybody's boxing out and making sure they secure the glass.
Here's Freak. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Outside Durant. Hits the front of the rim and out.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Jefferson setting the pick for Freak. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter. 5 to shoot. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Charlotte no good that time either. The Thunder leading by 7. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. That is good. Lin's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Charlotte making some changes. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. The Hornets have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Freak, he's in at the point. Batum is out there with Tyler Hansbrough. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Lamb at the 2. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in the game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
There's a screen by Hansbrough. Freak kicks to Hansbrough, and he uses the glass on the layup. Hansbrough's got the lead, back up to 2 now for the Hornets.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
All right, Charlotte, now we're ready for your viewing entertainment. The Hornets fans team, make some noise! And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Dion Waiters checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Adams. Westbrook kicks to Waiters. Now here's Freak, defended by Durant. Outside for Batum. Cannot hit. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Durant attacking, and he gets it to go. Durant's got 10 points here in the second half.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Oh, that's blocked. And here we go with Waiters running it up the court. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Got it. Let's get the ball inside.
And Batum kicks to Hansbrough. Hansbrough, a screen on Waiters. Pass to Batum, to the wing on the left. Lamb, he nails it, and we're tied up.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
Outside Westbrook. Shot from 12. Nails it!
We're having a lot of trouble dealing with Russell Westbrook. He's a handful.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock.
Jefferson really starting to light it up. Big Al making him pay.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team. Now here's Waiters. Out left to the wing. Lets it fly from 18. Count it!
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Here's Freak. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Russell, congratulations on this win. What were the main factors that helped you stay in control?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
This was vintage Kevin Durant we saw tonight, fellas. Just tearing it up. He's got the most diverse set of skills out there from an offensive standpoint. There isn't anything he can't do. And defensively, he can do it as well. It's almost impossible to count all the ways Kevin Durant helps his.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
It's like Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done. I'll make the call.
In Pagnotti we trust.
I told you you'd love them.
Man.
Hey, I'm going to have you playing in those in 30 days or less.
Oh, money. Oh, man.
Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing.
Freaking and vibing in these, baby.